Hi ladies, welcome back to the channel. I am Nina and I'm back with another video, and I thought today we'd do a follow-up, a part 2, about why people say you should go more natural, be more simple, be less done up. I did do a part 1. In case you missed it, I will link it up here, but let us talk about it. So in part 1, I spoke about the male aspect of, you know, why men think, or why men will say they think you should be more natural, you should do less makeup, less everything. So in this video, we're going to talk about the ladies that tell you you're doing too much, okay? So let's talk about why people, or specifically ladies, feel like they need to get this off their chest and let you know their opinion of your choices, okay? So like I said in the previous video, in part 1, there's nothing wrong with preference. If certain people have a specific preference, that's perfectly okay, and that includes you, okay? So these people, these ladies that are going to be coming at you are going to be ladies that probably prefer a more simplistic approach to life, which there is absolutely nothing wrong with that, okay? There's beauty in everything. So I would never sit here and say there's something wrong with not wearing makeup, there's something wrong with not doing your hair or letting your hair grow naturally. I would never say that, right? But it's a preference thing, okay? It's a preference thing. So if somebody comes at you trying to convince you that your preference is incorrect, that's where I have a problem, okay? So I'm going to be speaking from that aspect once again, okay? So ladies out there that are natural, that don't like wearing makeup or don't like wearing too much makeup and all of that kind of stuff, this is not an attack on you. But please also understand that as much as you have a preference, so do I, and so do we, okay? So let's talk about it. So I think the number one reason why people, women, feel a need to communicate to you that they don't later, thank you. Sorry you guys, I'm at a hotel, so the reason why ladies would want to communicate with you directly that they don't approve of your lifestyle, they don't approve of your choices, they don't approve of your preferred look, is because when you stand next to them, they pale in comparison, okay? That's why they, like I said in the previous video, they're not gonna go and find their fellow natural queens and prop them up, right? They're going to come to somebody who is not making those specific choices and make that person feel some type of way. And we all know that people will only try and make you feel the way that they feel inside around you, or in general, right? So they're probably triggered by the way that you look and the way that you present yourself, and they feel a need to address you, the trigger, instead of address you as the triggerer, if there's such a word, instead of addressing themselves and their own internal triggers, right? So I always say this: if you put somebody who is gorgeous without makeup next to somebody who's pretty average with makeup on, the person with makeup will always trump the non-makeup one. And it's just because makeup just has a way of making you look more polished. Okay, it doesn't have to be a ton of makeup. It's absolutely up to you how much makeup you want to put on, but a person who has a decent amount of makeup on will always look more polished than a person who does not, no matter how beautiful she naturally is. That's just how it is, right? So when you have these women, and most of the time it's the average looking woman without makeup on, no offense, but that's just the reality. They are the ones that are going to come to somebody who is polished with makeup and, you know, verbalize their preferences as a way of trying to knock this person down. Now, if you are a lady with makeup on, you really need to understand that people's triggers are their own. Okay, I'm going to say that again. People's triggers are their own. Yes, they're bringing it to you and making you feel like it's your problem, but it's actually not. Okay, so people do that, women will do that because, like I said, when you are put side by side with them, it's it's like a glaring difference. It's night and day, right? So instead of putting in the effort that they should be putting in into themselves, you know, taking an extra hour in their day to make themselves look better, making different life choices, making different, you know, like choices about how they dress and all of that kind of stuff. Instead of doing that, they feel it's probably going to be easier to just verbalize something, talk costs nothing, and make you feel like you need to take it down a notch, right? Oh, why are you doing all of that? Oh, you're doing too much. Where are you going? We're just going down the road. We're just doing this. Why do you have to dress up? Why do you have to put on heels? Why do you have to put on makeup? Why do you have to do all of that, right? And it's more than just being compared side by side and feeling inferior, if I could just call a spade, okay? It's more than just that. It's also that they understand that once you put yourself on a certain level in terms of how you look, you're automatically going to start attracting certain things, preferential treatment, you know, from other staff, from staff, you know, wherever you're going, whether it's wait staff, hotel staff, whatever. You're gonna get preferential treatment from men. You're gonna get preferential treatment everywhere you go, right? They understand it, whether it's on a conscious level or a subconscious level, they get it. And more than anything, it's just a way of them trying to make sure that you don't end up with a better life or better opportunities than what they have. That's all it is. That's really all it is. Crabs in a bucket, okay? That's really all it is. And that for me is the number one and probably the only real reason why women would go out of their way, you know, because they're like, I don't want to have to do all of that. You know, if I show up next to this lady or girl or woman or whatever, and she's looking like she took time out to make herself look presentable, and I'm looking like I just rolled out of the bed and rocked up, right? I'm going to be looked at with less respect than her, but I don't want to have to do what she does. So the quickest way to even out the playing field is to make her feel bad about looking that good, and you know, hopefully if she starts turning it down, then the playing field will be leveled, and you know, we can all move in peace again. All right, so that's really it. And it can come in different forms. It can be, you know, as blatant as, why are you doing all of that? Why do you have to do all of that? That's too much. You know, you're doing too much. And you know, too much is very relative. I won't get into that because that's another topic. I actually did make a video about, you know, looking polished versus just putting everything that you have that's your best, all your Sunday bests all at the same time. I will link it up here. You can check that out. There is a fine line, I get it, but this is not an attack. You know, when women say this, they're not trying to convey that message. They're basically just trying to say, just slow down, okay? You're doing too much and I'm not trying to keep up with that, right? But it can also sound like something along the lines of, oh, I wouldn't do all of that. Oh, I don't need to do all of that. Or I would, but there's nobody over here. Why would I do this over here? You know, some women would be very oh, I don't dress up unless I'm going somewhere special, you know. And that is also a form of crab bucket mentality, if I can call it that, right? Because all she's saying is um you know, she is more selective about her look. She doesn't just look good for just anybody. It has to be a date, it has to be a specific place, a specific day of the week, da 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 da. She's not wasting her time and her makeup and her energy on people that aren't even going to be able to appreciate it. So this could be, I'm not wearing all of that on a family thing. I'm not wearing all of that at a work thing or at work. I'm not doing all of that just to hang out with my girls. I'm not doing all of that just chilling at home. But what you need to understand, ladies, is that makeup, being polished, looking good, taking care of yourself, all of that, it's not about other people. The benefit of doing that is, yes, other people get attracted to you. I did make a video, I'll link up here, about the benefits of leveling up. The benefits include attracting higher class people, higher class men, higher class experiences, all of that kind of stuff, higher class opportunities, definitely. But if your level up is specific to, oh, I want to get a good job, I'm going to dress up the very next day at the very same place that I work, I'm going to walk around looking like a bum once I got the job, right? Or I'm going to dress up for a date and, you know, capture and captivate his attention. Once I have him, I'm going to walk around looking like a bum again, right? Your level up is very personal. You are leveling yourself up. It's not called a makeup, right? Makeup is just something that you put on. Level up means you're literally taking yourself from one level of doing things to the next level. Like I said in that video of leveling up, if you look at people who are living the kind of life that they've dreamed of, they stay leveled up. They wake up leveled up. You know, literally, their level up has gotten to a place where, you know, from the moment even if they're asleep, to be honest, they're leveled up, right? Because they've got the lashes on, or their eyebrows are, you know, microbladed and they look good. Their skin is immaculate. Their nails, their hair, everything is on point, right? Even their pajamas, their underwear, everything, their skin, everything is leveled up. So if you, as a woman, are looking at your level up as a box, right? I can only level up when I'm in a particular box. When I'm outside of that box, I'm who I am. I don't need to level up. That is fine. But understand that you're not going to get the same results as somebody who stays leveled up, who keeps leveling up, right? And it's not specific to the outside circumstances. Certain women, like myself, we level up because that's how we want to see ourselves. That's how we want to move in the world. That's how we want to be seen in the world. So we level ourselves up. So by the time the world is like, oh, who's that? That is who we are. And a lot of ladies suffer from imposter syndrome because of this wanting to categorize and I'm going to try and get this word, compartmentalize their level up, right? So I'm only going to look good on a date, but I'm not going to look good at work. I'm not going to look good at a family gathering. I'm not going to look my best when I'm out with my girls, when I'm out with my cousins, my sisters, whatever. I'm just going to look pretty average. Then when I get a date, then I'll level up. But that is different. You don't get the kind of results, you don't get the type of energy that a person who levels up completely gets, right? I've had I've met people, for dates, for business opportunities, for work opportunities, like so many things, because I've stood out in their minds because I stay leveled up. Now, I'm not always going to be doing the absolute most. As you can see today, I don't have my lashes, I don't have my nails, so I'm pretty natural today. But there's a level of being polished that still is present. Do you understand what I'm saying? So even when you are already leveled up, even if you're having a day where you're like, okay, I'm not doing too much, quote unquote, today, you're basically looking like what a non-leveled up person looks like on their best day. Okay, so if I walk around like this, I may not attract what I would usually attract if I did everything, but I'm still not going to attract a certain level. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm still going to be viewed as a classy, probably upper class lady, woman, whatever, right? Just because of the way that I'm presenting myself. So, ladies, you need to be able to see the bigger picture. We exist in the world consistently, and the way that we see ourselves will always translate into the way other people see us. So, if you see yourself as somebody who is worth all of the effort of getting up early, doing makeup, doing hair, picking clothes that go with everything, your skin tone, your body shape, your goals, all of that, if you are putting conscious effort day in, day out, you will most likely attract people into your life that put in the same effort for you because they see you the way that you see yourself. And the way that you see yourself is, I'm worth the effort, I'm worth the time, I'm worth the investment, I'm worth the resources and all of that kind of stuff. And people want to even better what you have done for yourself. If you've done this for yourself and you meet a man who's just like, wow, she's on my level, in terms of how she loves herself, in terms of how she sees herself, right? And he might feel the urge to give more of what you're already given to yourself to you, right? And that's how you need to see your level up. It's not about putting on makeup and lashes and hair to attract a man to take you on a nice date. That's a great goal to have. But if you're leveling up like all the way around, you will not believe the amount of opportunities that are out there on so many levels. And all you need to do, ladies, is just show up looking at least decent. Okay, you don't always have to look your best, but you need to look good and decent and like somebody that people want to engage with, want to talk to, want to interact with, because they feel like you represent some of the values that they hold. You represent some of the lifestyle choices that they make. Another simple example, if you're at home and sometimes, I don't do it all the time, I'll be honest, but sometimes more days in the week than not, more often than not, I'll wake up and, you know, do whatever I need to do around my house. And when it's time to take care of me, I'll always, this is like my bare minimum look, okay? As you can see, there's no lashes, there's not a lot of anything really going on, but it still looks clean, right? And what will happen is sometimes I'll just get like an invitation to go somewhere, or I'll get a phone call, or, you know, I'll feel like, oh, I need to do A, B, and C, and, you know, I'm ready to just grab my bag and go, right? And I'll bump into somebody and, you know, whatever. That's basically the point that I'm trying to make over here when I say that the level up should not be boxed, right? You should basically see yourself as somebody worthy of all of the effort that it takes to level up, because sometimes it's a day that you're really not looking to do anything. You get a call or an invite or something, and if you're already ready, you don't need to get ready. What's the saying? If you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready, right? So that's the idea. If you stay ready for whatever, right? And it's not about like that waiting energy, but it's about that energy of whether I'm, you know, gonna make a video, or I'm gonna go to the store, or I'm gonna go to work, or I'm gonna go on a date, or whatever. I'm already halfway there, right? So for example, this look, if I were to get a call, hey, what are you up to? Da da da, I'd like to take you out, da da da, this and this and this, right? It would not take that much effort for me to just be like, okay, let me just one or two things and be out the door, okay? Especially if you got your nails and lashes with your baddie starter kit. That is the easiest, quickest way to just level yourself up. Stick your nails on, stick your lashes on, be out the door. Okay, I'll put that link in the description so you can get your baddie nails and lashes, like I usually have on. But if you are nowhere near ready, I mean, I know there've been work meetings that I've attended online where spontaneously somebody just suggests, oh, okay, let's all turn on our cameras. And I'm ready for that, right? I didn't expect that to happen. I didn't expect to interact with anybody, but I just stayed looking good and polished for myself. Half the time I'm experimenting with new looks, new makeup looks when I'm at home. So when someone's like, oh, okay, let's turn the cameras on, and everybody's cameras are turned on and everybody else is there with their gown and their, you know, head wraps and their sleepy looking faces and whatever, and I'm already dressed looking like if someone were to call me to the office, I would be there, no problem. It's just, it's a different level. You know, people respect you differently, people see you differently, you know, people view you as the way that you view yourself, as, you know, someone who's worth the time, effort, and energy, because that's what you invest into yourself. So ladies, when people tell you you're doing too much, when they tell you, oh, I wouldn't do all of that unless I was going on a date, da da da, take it as a compliment, because what they're saying is, you are showing me out right now. I don't like it, and because I'm not willing to put in the effort to correct it myself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get you to put in less effort so that we're even, right? And don't allow that. Stay leveled up, because I'll tell you what will happen is other ladies will get inspired by you. Other ladies will start reaching for that part of themselves as well. Other ladies will say, well, if she can do it, why can't I? Other ladies will embrace it. Just like you would have been inspired by somebody who always showed up as their best and made you feel like you could do it too, they're going to be inspired by you always showing up as your best, and they'll be inspired to do it too. You know, where I work, I always show up looking my best. I always show up looking my best, not because I'm trying to get something out of that, but just because that's how I see myself as a professional, and subsequently that's how people see me and treat me, right? And what I've noticed in the time that I've been at my job is that a lot of the ladies, the culture there was never leveled up, right? But now a lot of the ladies are starting to put themselves together, right? And it's great. They're starting to do their hair, they're starting to do their makeup, they're starting to do their nails, they're starting to wear color, they're starting to wear things that look good on them. You know, they're starting to really embrace their femininity, embrace the beauty that exists within them, because every woman is beautiful. It just takes a little bit of effort. I don't care if you're naturally gorgeous or if you're naturally average, but a little bit of effort can really go a very long way. And so, ladies, don't dim your light. Don't feel intimidated. I know sometimes it can feel overwhelming, especially in the beginning, because you're really stepping outside of your comfort zone, and a lot of people will make you feel like you're doing something wrong. You really have to be resilient and just focus on the goal, baby, okay? And once you see the results, you also keep in mind that there's somebody or a couple of women that are seeing you that you're not aware of, that are getting inspired by you. So if you stop because one or two people told you, oh, why are you doing all of that? Oh, I would never, do all of that. I would never come to the office, fully leveled up. I would never come to the office, with lashes on, whatever. There's nobody over here that I'm trying to impress. That's not the point, okay? The point is that this is who I am choosing to be. And the point is that there are other ladies who are looking, I don't even know, and thinking, wow, that's great. And lo and behold, sometime down the line, they start leveling themselves up. And it's a whole movement. Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna leave this video over here. Thank you so much, ladies, for jumping on with me. I hope you found value in it. Let me know in the comments. I love reading your comments. And I'll definitely see you beautiful ladies in the next one. Mwah. And remember to stay feminine and stay leveled up. Bye.